Hey, good afternoon. This is Robert, recovery guy. Quick question for you. When it comes to recovery, when it comes to relapse, I have one question for you because I hear in the rooms more often than I would like. Uh, I had a relapse, and it's not that the person has a relapse because most of us do, many of us do. I'm not sure if it's most, I know it's many. So the question is this: when it comes to recovery, when it comes to relapse, how many times can we relapse, which is also often characterized as an oops, as a slip, before we make it a decision? And here's why I ask. We know what the solution for a real alcoholic is, and that is abstention from any form of alcohol whatsoever. So we always want to say it's somebody else or something else that caused me to slip, to have this relapse. But at what point do we take responsibility and say, instead of doing this, I did that? And here's an example. When I relapsed after 71 days, I made an active decision to not get honest, but to drink instead. So it was a decision on my part. Technically, it was a relapse. It was falling back to an old way of thinking, an old way of living, an old way of handling discomfort, and that was to drink. But it was actually a decision that I made because I knew that if I was willing to get honest in my recovery, I would not relapse or slip or whatever you want to call it, an oops. I knew I was making a decision to drink because I wasn't making a decision to be honest. So, at what point do we own our own addiction? At what point do we own our own alcoholism and call a relapse for what it is? It is a decision to drink rather than a decision not to drink. It is the decision rather to be dishonest and to seek comfort from that dishonesty rather than to be honest, because it says, rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not give themselves to this simple program. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, at what point did I decide that I was going to drink rather than decide whether I was not going to drink? Have a great day. And think about that as you would consider whether to drink or not to drink. Have a great day.